Okay, so I've come up with a formula for strategizing mass movement. Yes, that sounds very official and businesslike. It'll work. It's sure to work. So I think in my mind that if I get rid of the broken zippered suitcase and I get rid of the broken lid container, I'll feel like the process is in motion. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to make a pile of things that are scrap worthy that I'm going to use. And then a pile of fiber that was just ick. Color is not going to get used. If it's just really just causing a knot, or if it's something donatable, which is a whole nother thing. My daughter has a couple of coworkers that she mentioned last night, if I had any yarn when I was cleaning out, that they'd like to have it. Yeah, now's a good time to go through it and see what should I share. I mean, I don't want to share just the ick. I mean, I'd like to share some good stuff too, but let's see if there's enough of anything. Just 2 piles right now. Let's just take these 2 containers and make 2 piles. Keep, it's worthy, I'm going to use it, or let's clear it out and let it go, right? All right. So we'll use the suitcase as a table. I'm going to use the suitcase as a table. Let's start with this funky old storage container. I love this container. That's why I've taped it together for so long. It's shallow and it fits under my dresser amazingly. But as of the last couple of years, it's had to get taped quite a bit. So it's no longer serving its purpose. Let's let it go. I don't have anything to put let it go in. I gotta keep. I didn't think about letting go. Typical, right? How's that? Oh, you're horrible. Okay, so things like this. This is not a floppy. This is a full skein. Chenille. I'm sure I had a chicken in mind. It didn't come to be. This is still a full skein. So full skein's got to go somewhere else, because this is really just going to be caked up cakes, trash, and then I don't think I'm going to come across very many full skeins. So this isn't going to work. This is going to be a long process. See, that's probably why I haven't even started it. I need your help. I need to sit here and do this, but I have zero commitment. I'll start, I'll find a knot, and then I'll just like walk away from it. This, I wouldn't pick it up to use it just because it's become a knotted mess. I'd like to recake that. That is a beautiful burnt orange. Oh, goodness gracious. You know, I don't ever remember, and I know I've recently said this about the cotton bin. This isn't me. I don't do this. When I put this stuff away, when I'm done with it, I just set it down nice and neat. I'm not the one terrorizing these totes. There's little yarn goblins that run around to all of our stashes while we sleep at night. Kind of like the elves in the Shoe Man. That's not the thing. The Shoemaker. The elves in the Shoemaker, where the elves come at night and repair the shoes while he's sleeping, or make the shoes while he's sleeping. I got a little yarn goblin that comes around and ties knots in my stuff. I did not put this away like this. Oh my goodness. Did you get a drink? A little snack? Call out sick to work for the rest of the week because we're gonna sit here and we're gonna take on this together, right? Yeah. See, I need to make progress in the beginning. Okay, so this is a full skein. Tie it back in a knot. Nobody's got time for that. This would be a full cake. It's that chenille stuff again. I'm gonna use that. That's good for making those little Wooble and Wednesday crochet kits, especially those free patterns that come around. So I want to use it, but it needs to be caked up. So I kind of feel bad for even throwing it in the tote when it's not caked up. If I'm gonna do it, I might as well just do it once. See? All right, let me reset up my setup. I need to set up the ball winder so I can take it from here, wind it, put it nice and neat in the container, or have brown paper bags sitting here, and if it's not enough or something that I'm going to use, it can just go straight to toss. I think that would be a more productive way to utilize my time. All right, reconfiguring. I'll be right back. Woo! Take 2. I'm back. Sat here talking to myself for quite a while. Yeah, Sadie thinks I'm crazy. The birds are in there yelling, it's her time. I've relocated into the dining room. I'm on the far end of the dining room table. So if this project takes me a few days and into the weekend, that's perfectly fine. I'm not crowding anyone out. I don't have to, and when I set up in the bedroom, I was kind of thinking, okay, this project is over at 8 o'clock sharp at my bedtime. Setting myself up for failure there. So I got my yarn ball winder. I have the Funky Broken shallow storage tote to work in first. I thought it was smaller, a little bit more digestible. I have my cakes that I'm going to start putting in here. I have already caked up 2 of them. Yes, we're working here. We're moving right along. I have a bag full of discard. Just kidding. It's not full. I decided to toss this. I don't really want, the goal of this is not to toss stuff out. The goal is to organize what I have so I could see what I can use and then let things go. If it's too little, something I didn't enjoy working with, let it go. I got to clear out, clean up and clear out. I paused the video to do some open heart surgery on the yarn ball winder. My screw came loose, and then I got distracted in the living room for quite a while looking for the screwdriver that wasn't in the 2 junk drawers. We have junk drawers. Found a screwdriver out in the garage, lost about 30 minutes to an hour out in the garage. Got distracted with some Christmas stuff that was just in the way and it needed to go on the shelf. And then I remembered, I got a living room or a dining room filled full of people waiting for me to come right back, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. Your accountability has already helped me. So I've got process sitting here. I'm just grabbing, balling, putting the cake nice and neat in the tote. I am going to sit here and watch some YouTube friends and see what they're making and what they're up to. I love that a lot of content creators have been making some really long videos lately. Oh, they have been helping me immensely with big projects where I need to sit and I can just listen to the background, making dinner, longer drives. I appreciate the long quality content. Let me do some self-gratification here and get this tote a little more full than this, and I'll come back and we could talk a bit, okay? Now that I'm sitting, I'm gonna sit here. I promise. I'm gonna sit here and I'll be back. I have to call in the recruits. I need backup. Been watching quite a few YouTube videos. Today is the Duck Duck dishcloths are being released. I noticed a couple more. The Wooblin Wednesdays have posted. And then I came across some really, really thin scrap yarn, sock yarn. On Saturdays, there's a bunch of ladies doing silly socks-tacular. That's not what it's called. So then I got distracted with that, and then I remembered I had some books on my shelf in the bedroom, and before I could even stop myself, I stood up and thought, no, come on. That's just evil distraction there. I stopped myself. I have to make this a priority. If it's ever going to get done, it has to be a priority. This yarn I picked up from $1.25 Tree. Premier Just Yarn Plush. And I remember exactly where I got this from. We were on a road trip in Idaho, and I did not pack enough yarn, and I didn't pack a can opener. I don't know why I needed a can opener in the hotel room. One of the kids probably wanted soup or something. So I went to the $1.25 Tree in Idaho, and they had the yarn section. This was one of the first times that I've actually seen yarn at the dollar store. I saw people were talking about it, but none of my local places had any. I can't get this now. You know what? Goodbye. Life's too short. I came from the $1.25 Tree. I picked up like 4 of them because I thought they looked like Cookie Monster. Oh man, do I love Cookie Monster. I ended up picking up a light blue, and I made Lily like a snow hat with the flaps, and then I trimmed it in this stuff. And I think she had me put 2 little stars at the end of it. It was a really cute hat. Life's too short. Throw it away. Get rid of it. I threw the scrap away. There's still enough to make a Cookie Monster. I never made a Cookie Monster out of it. Just chenille. I brought this out in the bedroom. Somehow it made it back into the scraps. I am just going to, maybe I'll have one end for stuff that's still in labels, bags of projects. Like this is still nicely wound up. This is not a problem. Yeah, see, these little tiny tangles is what I think is getting caught on other things. And then it becomes a problem. So we're just gonna wrap this around here. Yeah, maybe one end of this tote will be cakes and the other will be nice, neat, organized, already well-behaved floppies. Or the 2 strands, one from the center pull and one from the outer pull, and they're just getting tucked on themselves. I just squeeze this down, wrap it around a few times, and then pull this ball band back over it. That should hold it nice and secure, technically, right? Look at me, I'm moving right along with your help. I'm so glad I decided not to get up. Ooh, this one's pretty. This Caron party stuff. Ooh, it's so pretty. Oh, when I went to go get this tote from Walmart, our Walmart yarn sections leaves a lot to be desired. But Mainstay on the end of the aisle, as soon as you start down the aisle, if you go to the Antioch Walmart, they have a sparkle section of Mainstay. And it's just your basic value acrylic. And then they've held a little bit of shimmer shine all the way through it. They have a pink and then a dark pink shimmer shine. Then they had a dark midnight blue with a navy shimmer shine. And then, they had made my heart ache for a little girl to make a project for. I don't know. It was screaming, little girl, make me. It was lavender. And then it had a, not really a lavender, a deeper purple, maybe like this color, shimmer shine held all the way through it. But the shimmer shine was an iridescent. Oh, you know those mermaid tails everybody was making quite a few years ago now? Oh, that would be perfect for one of those mermaid tail blankets. A unicorn amigurumi, just a mermaid. It was just majestic, beautiful. And Mainstay is extremely affordable now. It was $277, $377 for quite a bit of yardage. I'm gonna keep it in mind. I did not buy it. I'm gonna keep it in mind. And if the perfect pattern comes flowing into my life, I know where to go get it. I don't need to, I've got yarn. I need to use what I have. Unless yarn fate comes my way and I get a really good reason that I gotta go get that yarn. You know, it was really hard. I thought about it and I was thinking, oh, I'll just, any pattern that I make, I'll need at least 4. I'll just go ahead and grab 4. And then if I need more, I don't even have a pattern in mind. Why am I doing the yarn math? I see shiny things. I'll wait. It was, you know what? It would really work well, that pink and that purple, for anything Valentine's Day. I don't have any Valentine's Day projects this year. I didn't want to put any pressure on any of deadline pressure. The whole idea before the new year was to finish up all the whips and not carry anything with me into the new year. And I started a doily, which is small, nice small work that I've been working on next to the dining room table. Really, I'm on the last round on the doily, which is an intricate round. In my mind, I feel like the pattern designer put some chains in odd increments all the way around, but now that I'm working my way around, I see it does help to evenly space it. So definitely just trust the process, trust the pattern on that one. It's turning out really cute. And then the other day I bought those little hair snaps, those little hair clips, and I made 2 little mice out of them, which I was digging for gray and pulling out these totes and realizing I just had a sweet little disaster here that it needed to be taken care of. So that snowballed into this. I did make the 2 hair ties before I started this because I didn't know when I'd get back around to it. And now I'm seeing even more grays in there that would make cute little mice. There's quite a few of those little hair clips for $1. That will keep my little free library stocked for a bit. Sadie, this isn't playtime. It should put you to work. This yarn ball winder, I've had it for quite a while. It was a birthday gift I special ordered it from Etsy, and it took a really long time to get here from Indonesia. It was a small family business. They made yarn bowls, yarn bowl winders, and cutting boards. And in the pictures, got a little loop on here. Got to take it back just a tiny bit. In the pictures, it showed a really nice wood grain on it. When it came, it is painted to look like wood grain. It's okay. It has been a very well-built yarn ball winder. The mechanisms on it are so smooth. And it's come in handy. I bought this in the very beginning of my yarn journey. When I first discovered hand-dyed hanks, and I was like, oh man, this is worth investing into, because I tried to use a hank once in hank form. Talk about a newbie beginner problem. Like, whoa. I put it on the back of a chair and it wasn't working well. I tried having someone sit still with me while I try to ball it up. I feel sorry for that first hank of yarn I ever got my hands on. I was so eager to use it and I just couldn't make it work. I have no idea where it is or what I made with it. That was a long time ago. You have any scrap bins? How do you organize or sort your scraps so that they are still easily accessible? They stay nice and neat. I think that's the thing. I think that if my yarn gets tucked away, the yarn elves come in the night and tangle it all up, because I know I've said it before, but I don't keep my yarn like this. I don't know what happened. I got floppies. So you could tell that I center pulled from this, and as soon as the project was said and done, I tucked it away. I threw it into this tote to never fuss with again. Oh no, this wasn't even a center pull. This is gonna be a tough one. This was from a camouflage blanket, baby blanket that I was commissioned to make a really long time ago. I did the one of those 6-8 pointed stars with it and the hunter orange, and I was like, oh, okay. Really tough on the eyes to work with camo. Those stitches just blend into themselves. And then had quite a bit left over. I've made little projects here and there since. This was years ago. I've made little projects here and there. I totally overbought. Another beginner mistake. Tons of extra on that. But, you know, not hunters in my life. I made it work. And then recently, a friend gifted me a whole lot of yardage of camo again. So I gotta figure out, it's tucked away nice and neat in a storage container. waiting for a project. I will have to find a pattern and time so I can enjoy another big project. I'm thinking like blanket quantity. There's a lot of it. This isn't working very well. I tried to put it lower than me, hoping that it pulls from the outside. Let's see. I don't want to hold you on camera while I mess with a bunch of yarn. What are you working on? What are you doing? Hopefully it's sunny and warm where you are. Ah, this isn't winding properly. This is a hobby within itself. I wonder if there's anybody out there that commissions where you could send them a big box of your scraps and they could sit and organize it and send back like cakes. Like that when you're going through your family pictures or video VHS tapes and they say that they can put them all on a flash drive for you. I want the easy way out for all of this stuff. I like the hobby. I don't like the side hobbies. All right. I'm tangling on myself. I'm going to sit here for a while and work on this a little bit more. I guess I could just record quietly and then do one of those speeded up clips. Add some music to it and speed it up. Okay, I better figure out why this isn't gliding. Oh, my knot is too big. Okay. I'll be back again. All right, wardrobe change. I have made substantial progress in my project. Yes, feeling really good about this. Here is a picture of where I'm currently at. So I still have two categories. I have floppies, and then I have a bunch of just little balls of true scraps. So floppies aren't necessarily scraps. There's still enough of them to make a beanie or to make, you know, a larger project, not necessarily just scraps for accent colors or little makes, you know? So the suitcase that I showed you is filled full of pretty full skeins, one-ofs, or maybe not as floppy as this one. This one will probably get caked and put in the true scrap. So I kept my low profile taped up tote because it fits under my dresser nice and neat. I'm gonna put little scraps in that one, which I showed you a picture of. And then my larger hanks are gonna go into the new tote. So it's kind of hard to categorize a true scrap from just, I gotta keep moving. And I think that if I overthink it and bog myself down with organization, I'm gonna lose steam on this project. And this project has been terrorizing me for well over a year. So to keep integrity of keep moving, I needed to simplify it all. So true small balls of accent color scraps are sorted and done with. Now I'm working on floppies. Had a beautiful day sitting in the dining room, and so I have the sliding glass doors to the side. I can see the sun's come out. I can see the wind is just slightly blowing, nice little breeze. perfect day to just sit and be at home. Sometimes the world just becomes too much, and just being at home with nothing better to do than a bunch of yarn. That's just where I want to be. Today is exactly where I need and want to be. Socks. I made a pair of socks. I bought 2 skeins of it, and this is what's left over. This is still enough for heels and toes. Can still make heels and toes. I'm gonna cake all of this up. I was just trying to make sure that it wasn't tied in a knot. I don't want to untangle any more knots. Some nice, I think this was Lavina cotton. I made a shrug out of this. Beautiful rich color. And I have no clue what this stuff is. It's slightly fuzzy, maybe like a rewind maybe. It's very soft, and it is amazing for making little snuggable amigurumis. I believe I used this to make a wonky donkey for my niece Charlie at one point. All right, so I'm gonna sit here and work on these little piles. And then I'm gonna break out the suitcase. Just really wanted to get this sorted. Needed to check in with you for a little bit of accountability. I went and got dressed. We're well into the afternoon. I don't wanna sit around in pajamas all day. Whoop, whoop. Got that taken care of. Yeah, so I'm gonna cake these up, and I'll be back. Thank you for your help. All right, well, I've changed spaces again, and to my delight, the suitcase isn't as horrible as I thought that it was. I don't have anything falling apart or tangled. I really think that this is just gonna be a transfer of fiber that I'll use, and fiber that this would be nice to gift. My daughter mentioned that one of her coworkers is getting into crochet and doesn't have a large selection of fibers yet. And she was wondering if I decided to get rid of anything, if I would like to share with a new crocheter. I think I would. I'd love to share. Oh, there it is. All right, we moved through the top layer and found a little hiccup. That's okay, that's okay. Didn't expect it all to be fun and games. These are Hirschner's Afghan kit yarn, and it's 2-ply, it's a 2-weight, and I bought a kit a really long time ago to give them a try. It's a beautiful gradient that they give you, but the yarn was very, very thin, and earlier in my crochet kit journey, I think that was biting off a little bit more than I was anticipating. I really struggled with that. That's okay. Ooh, I guess it's not too knotted. I definitely want to make space for the large hanks first. Oh, how do you organize your yarn? Like, I have a full skein, love this stuff. I made my combing jacket out of this. Knob Hill Yarns. It's alpine. It's beautiful. I have a full one and a little extra. So if I want to make something, I want to keep these together, but that little extra is what seems to get knotted, displaced, and jumbled in my collection. Oh, I just saw one of these somewhere else. Okay, we're gonna be doing some caking. Bunch of scratchy baby yarn. Oh boy. Just break it off. Tie it off. Well, let's pause. Pause on that. Let me open this other side and see what I got going on. Like to move the easy. Oh, there's more of that too. This is the, it's just yarn from Dollar Tree, but at a time I found a really nice palette out of them. Ooh, I have enough in here of colors to have some really pretty palettes to work with. Ah! All that camo needs to land in the same spot from what I've had to what I was gifted. Oh, that's more of that really pretty teal I made I think it's like a shrug that I made out of it. This is good because then I can get all my light colors together. I was just fussing in the dining room with that last bit of black light, Red Heart black light that I had. Oh, I had such a hard time. There were so many knots in it. I should put this one with that. I'll put that other one back in here. Floppies, floppies, floppies. I have a hard time throwing away blacks and grays, even when they're floppy, because it is such a staple item that I always find myself needing. It's a pretty color. No clue what I used that for. Oh, I made a cardigan out of this. One of my first pattern tests is made out of this loops and thread flex. Man, I love that stuff. It worked up so light and airy. Got 3 of those. That's enough for a baby blanket. Oh, got 2 of those. Oh, 2.5 of those. Nice. One time, my son and I were on YouTube, and we came across this. He was really little. And we came across this show in the UK, and it was called Ant-Man. And it was Ant Boy. And the boy got, Spider-Man idea. Boy got bit by, oh, that makes it harder to see, doesn't it? Boy got bit by an ant, and he thrived off of sugar. Sugar gave him his powers, and it's an adorable little show. There was only a couple of episodes on YouTube, so we went and seeked out more information on it. He became obsessed. That was his favorite little bug show. He loved to watch Ant Boy. And the kid had a mask on when he was in ant mode, and he had me crochet him this little face mask, and it had 2 little antennas on it, the strip down the middle, the little eye patches, and then he had like a ninja tie in the back. Oh, my son loved that little hat. When he stopped loving on it, I must have tucked it away in here, protect his memory. I might have to show him that. See what he thinks about it. I'm just setting these all on the top for now to see what am I dealing with. Project bags, red, white, and blue scarf. It's just things that have been made. Oh, baby star blanket. Well, that's pretty. Spring into Books, Bay Area Book Festival. More project bags. Never too many project bags. I don't know. This one needs to be blocked. I remember not turning rows after every color. It's a very nice baby cotton, baby acrylic. Remember not turning rows at the end of each row, and it gave it a bit of a waffly start. So I never gifted it on that little tiny premise. Well, I think I got a pretty good idea that all this needs to be organized and assorted in the tote. That is doable. Definitely doable. For someone that doesn't care for that chenille yarn, I've got quite a variety that I've picked up and tried. This one's really pretty. Like a golden. You know what? That's a gingerbread. It's a good gingerbread color. Next year. Oh, this is a deep red. This is oxblood. That's that Hobby Lobby. You know who? Sarah Nickel. She's working on a project with this stuff. Oh man, I can't finish this project. I've been totally distracted. I need to go get my keys and drive down to Southern California and hand this to Sarah today. Oh, a mouse. This is from the 3D Animal Granny Square book. I was making all those little 3D granny squares, and I ended up using just a few of them to make Charlie a name book. So much yarn, so little time. What a cute bag. That smells like vinegar. It must have gotten put away fresh after dyeing. I don't know if I dyed that. What's this? Ooh, that's pretty. A shawl. Pink into gray. Very pretty. All right, I see what I got to work with. That's pretty. That's very silky. Maybe like a bamboo something. All right, wish me luck. I'm gonna go venture off and see what I can do with this. Somewhere around here I had a little clicker. Oh no, I can't click you off. I gotta make the trip up there to you. I'll be back. Whew. We accomplished a lot today, and I really appreciate you keeping me going and accountable. Let's relax. Let's reward. Let me show you some things that I have finished. The Granny Square flower cards. I randomly just grabbed another one, and it was stuck in the box. I look forward to being able to grab my next, man, that's really stuck. I'm looking forward to being able to grab my next palette on my next cards nice and easy. This is the card that I grabbed, Camilla. And I did really good in the color matching. This came out of the scrap, the little scrap been before it was organized. It is all acrylic, just little balls and scraps to the best of my ability. I think I did pretty good. That one could have been a little bit more vibrant. Maybe that's more of a red than an orange. I did well. I struggled with my color changes. I was trying to hide them a little better. Can't really see the switches as well in this one. I think this round continued on to a chain round, which these double crochet clusters were worked over. I think that I could have, I wouldn't want to clip it off, but if I would have done like a slip stitch in the back before starting that next round, that would have helped me hide that little blurb a little better. But come on, can't be that picky with it. The petals are 3D. They're not tacked down into that gray round, so that gives a nice little pop element to go with the first square that we worked on. Had a little pop element. Oh wait, where's that one? That one had these puff stitches sticking out. So doing well with that. I used a 4.5 millimeter hook. So far, I'm still on schedule, 1 square a week. I have no particular day on when to show this. I'm just going to pull them and work on them. Everything else that I've been doing during the week has been so scheduled and time managed. Need some leisure. Speaking of leisure, how about some little miceys? I was just telling you about the mice. These are the hair clips. Those little hair barrettes that I bought from the $1.25 ripoff tree. I started with a chain. I worked down a chain of 5. I used the 5th one as a turning chain. I worked 4 single crochets down the other side, put 2 in the end, 4 single crochets going the other side, and added 1 more slip stitch. And then I did the next round the same number. Then when I did my decreasing on the next rows, I did single crochet together on the front and the back to give it a little nice shaped triangle. I did that once. I did 2 single crochet rounds, and I did it again. That brought me all the way to the top of that little barrette. Is only about that big. This barrette's right there, from there to there. Let's see, that's 2 inches from here to the first knuckle. A little 2-inch barrette probably. Oh, I did tie the barrette very well. I took a picture. I tied the barrette before I started working over it, just so that that little piece can't pop out of any of these stitches. When I got to the top and it was narrow, I slipped the barrette in. I did a chain 1, and then I had the 2 end, the round top. I chained 1, and then I turned the whole project sideways and did 8 double crochets down the side of it, slip stitched into the middle of it, turned the whole thing the other way and did 8 double crochets. I chained 2 and slip stitch in there, so they got 9 and 9, nice big ears. And then I slip stitched back to the center. It was kind of a funky, odd closure, but it made these cute little circle 8s for the ears. I like that. Then I tied it off, slip stitched, tied it off, left a really long string, which I then poked all the way through the body so I could have a tail. Now that I'm looking at these beads, probably aren't the best idea. Not for kids, because that last one's just tied on there with some Valentine pony beads that I found in our craft closet. But I thought it was a cute little something else to fidget with. And then this one's in the purple. Just a fun little, I was sitting in the bedroom, just a little, I don't even remember what hook size I used. I probably used something really small because I can't get in those stitches. I mean, I could kind of pull them and see a glimpse of color, but those are satisfying. So these little mice are going in the little free library. Take them out there today. That's 2 little finished projects. Oh, that's why I grabbed the gray. I had it laying out from my square. No idea what it is. And then I've been working on this doily for my little table in the living room. I believe you helped me stay on track with that the other day. My project this morning took up so much time that now I'm kind of running into that late afternoon when people are going to start coming home. Gotta do something for dinner. Haven't prepped or pre-planned any of that. Let's see. So I haven't had much time to sit with the doily again, but, that's the back. I'm on my final round doing the border. So chain 3, there's a little bobble, a picot, chain 2, 4 double crochets, chain 2, picot, chain 1, and I realized that's where I felt kind of odd that the stitch count wasn't really adding up. But if I do a chain 2, a picot, and a chain 2 to keep them even on both sides, that picot is a space. So it throws everything off centered, because if you're chaining 2 and then doing the picot, when you come back down and slip stitch, it throws everything too far over. The designer knew that. Designer had put a lot of thought into this because it makes sense. That's even. That's nice and centered. 4 double crochet, chain 1, picot, another little bobble, chain 3, and then in that previous little round, there's a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, which makes a cute little, pull all these stitches into place. It looks good. It's a nice finish. Nice finished border. I am right here. I am a little more than halfway done with it. Little more than halfway done. It's gonna be stunning. And it's pretty big too. I think it's gonna fit the center of that table perfectly. More than halfway done. I will probably finish it tonight, which means lingering on. I don't have much of the spool left. Let me see, I got it sitting right behind you. Can I pull the whole thing? Not much left at all, but I've got less than halfway to go around. Those 4 double crochets are making me nervous. I think I'm definitely playing yarn chicken with this one. I want to say I have enough. Of course I want to say I have enough, but do I have enough? I don't know. This is all I got. And I got to go from here. Let's see. We'll call these big repeats and little repeats. So I'm only going to count the big ones. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, lucky 13, 14, 15. I got this. 4 double crochets times 15. Yeah, that's yarn math. It'll work. Or it'll be very close and I could rip it out, make my stitches tighter and try some more. Not rip the whole round out, but you know, rip back some. I don't have any more of this color. Hobby Lobby's only down the street, and it's Friday. They're closed on Sunday, so I got 2 days to decide. Or Monday, you know what? This is leisure crafting. This doesn't have to be stressful or demanding. It'll work or it won't. You know, if it doesn't work out, it might be really nice. Don't want to, but if I had to, I could rip that whole last round out. Could rip that whole last round out and do it in just a different color. Where's the big colorful picture? I'd look okay. Dark blue and then this last little detailed picot round in a different color. Or I could take it back to that. No, I'm not ripping back that far. It'll be fine. What'd I say, 15? I got this. But I don't got this right now. It is time to go do some other things, other important things. And I'll be back this evening to work on that. Just after a long day of work and organization, wanted to sit with you and take a little break, and yeah. I've been doing stuff. Did the Wooble Wednesday. I got another Wooble I gotta work on, a crochet kit. I'm working on the 3 ladies to get the patch. Today's only Thursday. It's not Friday. Ah, that gives me an extra day for a Hobby Lobby run. Today is Duck Duck Dishcloth. So Missy pulled another dishcloth. So I need to dive into my book and splash around a bit and make another dishcloth this week. I've got lots of fun stuff. I could pull another flower. Now that it's organized, I won't feel so uptight about grabbing whatever colors I want, and I'll have an easier time matching my colors up. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed visiting with me today and you don't regret all the knots and tangles. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.